Now let's have a look at the UI inside of UV Editor. The first one is display, wireframe display. It's very straightforward. Just letting you know if you use Option and B, we can change the background color like that. So to make the wireframe easier to be viewed. Inside of this viewport area, we can use F12 to switch to UV editing mode, or we can use F8 to switch back. So yeah. Now here, if we choose the second one here, we can go to shaded display. So I've added the UV map like this on purpose so I can show you. The blue ones are the good faces. Now this red one means the face is back to front. So the way to fix it to make red turn into blue is we can do right click and go to face, select this face and go to this UV toolkit section and go to this drop down menu list, select transform, open it and choose flip. Now it's blue. So this pinkish area, it means there is overlapping. So we can either select the face and manually move it and fix it, or we can select all the faces and go to this unfold area and choose unfold. Now we can select everything and go to layout. So everything now is placed inside of this area. Now, if we have a turn on this checker box, we can see this UV checker. So inside of viewport, we can see this texture display. So we know how big, what the scale is for this texture to display it on this cube. For example, if I choose all the faces and use R and scale it, we can see now now we can see everything is scaled bigger, right? And also the textures here, we want to make sure our UV map is located inside of this zero, there's a zero which is here, and to one area here. If the UV map is outside of the area, we can see this texture area would just automatically telling itself like this. So it will just automatically tell itself. So I will show you another example which will be easier to understand. So if you don't understand this part, that's fine. So now the only thing you need to know is when we place our UVs or UV shells, they all need to be inside of this area. And if you toggle on this checker display, checker map, we need to see only one map, only one texture, not the other automatically generated ones. Okay. So let's have a look at the third one. This is UV distortion. Let's click on it and see what will happen. Distortion normally white, see this white. If they're the faces are shown as white, that's good. That's the best. So if, for example, we select this face and stretch it, see this bottom one turn into red, and the top one is blue. So the blue ones are purplish, you would say. So this one, the purplish one, that means there is stretching. And the red one, that means there is a squashing. These two are both not good. So we need to make sure everything is displayed whitish like this. No distortion for the texture. So if we look at the solid, see this face is distorted. That's a bad thing. Now, let's have a look at all of the fourth one, this one. And so this one, if we don't select it, let's see what will happen. So everything would display as this light blue color. And if we select it, we can see this white frame outside of this map of this shell. So they are, see here now we have two shells. This square one, it can be a face and it can be a shell. But look at this bigger one. We go to shell, we select this one. One shell can contain multiple faces. Okay, so that's the concept. And if we go to UV mode, yeah, we can also have a look at all this cube. So this texture borders display allows us to see where the seams are. All the white lines, they are the seams. See here, if we go to edge mode, we can select the edge and also have a look at it here. See where this edge is. And we can see now this edge is joined here, display joined here. And this edge, which displayed as two edges in the map, they're actually the one edge, so they're the same thing. And this one is a seam. See here, another seam. Okay. Now we can also use this shell border display. So this shell border display, if we select, go to right click and go to UV shell, select this shell, we can see the borders displayed colorfully in colors like this. And let's have a look at all of this one. So this is the grid display inside of UV editor. If you don't like it, you can turn off. Generally, I would turn on so I can see these numbers. Now this isolate display. So if we again right click, go to UV shell, select one shell, then we can isolate and only see this shell, or we can select the other shell and isolate it. Okay. Now we know this checker box. And see here, this one is display image. See here, if we don't want to display image, we wouldn't be able to see this checker. Yeah. And now let's have a look at all of this UV snapshot. So snapshot is something we can use to export the UV map, so we can later edit everything inside Photoshop. I will make another separated video to explain this part.